Good morning, dear students. Hope all of you are keeping well. So, today we will continue with the same chapter, that is the climate of India. Before that, just we can revise the previous day's topic. In this chapter, if we concern, three major parts are there. Mainly, in first session, first part we have studied the factors which are influencing the climate of India. Second session, second part we have discussed the different seasons of India. There are mainly 4 seasons are there in India. Hot season or the summer season in India. Second one, rainy season or the southwest monsoon wind season. We have studied, learned very well. Today we will continue the last session of this chapter, that is remaining 2 seasons, that is the retreating southwest monsoon wind and the winter season or northeast monsoon wind. These are the 2 more topics, and including last topic, that is the rainfall distribution in our country. These are the 3 more topics which we have to study today. Before moving to these topics, let me tell you, from this chapter, each year there are some numerical questions which we have already studied based on the temperature and the rainfall it is asking. So, dear students, we have to calculate the annual rainfall, annual temperature, or average temperature or the mean temperature, average rainfall or the mean temperature we have to study. At the same time, based on the given chart, we will be getting some of the particular questions also. You can see in your textbook also, if it is available, whenever it is available, you can see there. In revised question answers which are given there in the end of the chapter, there it is given some of the numerical questions. Answers are also already given. There you can see this one, very simple only. There you have to get some of the columns based on A or B and B, places A and B. One of the column, there it is given temperature, another column it is given the rainfall, giving in all 12 months. Based on that, some questions will be there. So, I can give you some of the examples here. They are, calculate the annual range of temperature. Range of temperature means maximum temperature minus minimum temperature is equal to range in temperature. That is the variation in temperature. Maximum temperature minus minimum temperature. That means, suppose if it is maximum temperature, it is given as 25 and minimum temperature is 15. In the month of April 25 and in the month of December 15. Then the range in temperature, it will be equal to 25 minus 15. That is equal to 10 degrees Celsius is the range in temperature of that place or in that country. Range in temperature, variation in temperature. At the same time, it will be asking which is the driest month. Driest month means where there is getting less rainfall in our country. Or which month it will be less rainfall. And which will be wettest month, wherever there is, or in which month it is getting highest rainfall, that will be the wettest month of the year. Same way, our annual rainfall and annual temperature also can ask. If it is asked annual rainfall or annual temperature, we have to add all the months temperature and it will be equal to the annual temperature. Same way, annual rainfall is asked, we have to add all 12 months annual rainfall. That sum total of annual rainfall of 12 months will be the annual rainfall. So adding all the 12 months, only adding. Again, average temperature we have to find out means add all the months temperature, then divided by 12 will be average temperature or the mean temperature. And same way, average or mean rainfall we have to find means add all the 12 months average rainfall and divided by 12. That will be the average or mean rainfall of that area. So, for the further clarification, you can refer page number 142 and 143. Some of the numerical questions are given there. Very simple only. If you find out, you can see there and you can observe it. Sometimes name the driest month will be asking. Driest month. That will be the minimum rainfall or less rainfall month we have to write there. Okay. These are the important point we have to remember in numerical questions. Okay. Then we are moving to the today's topic, that is retreating southwest monsoon wind. The third season of India, which is called retreating southwest monsoon wind, from northeastern part of the country to northeastern state to it is moving southwestern direction. That is why it is called a retreating southwest monsoon. Okay, we will see the main points. Now, moving towards the next season in India, that is the third season. First two seasons we are completed. Remember, there can be different types of question can be asked from this area. First one is the hot or the summer season. Second one, rainy season or the southwest monsoon wind. Third one we are moving, that is third point is that is the retreating southwest monsoon wind. Retreating southwest monsoon wind. Retreating southwest monsoon wind. As it is shows here, it is in 2 months it is taking place. October and November it is taking place. October. Can see. October, what is the condition existing in northern hemisphere? First of all, we have to see that one. October, the pressure condition it is changing due to the changes which is taken place whole of the globe which has taken place. That is the apparent movement of the sun towards the south. It creates low pressure in land and high pressure in sea. So low pressure in land means the wind will be moving from sea to the land. So now the movement of the wind, it is taking place. Land to the sea. During September 23rd, it is known as the autumn equinox. When the sun shines directly over the equator, the high pressure begins to build over mainland subsequently with the low pressure. And the withdrawal of southwest monsoon wind, it is taking place. Withdrawal, it is called. Reversal of southwest monsoon wind. This process will be a slower process as comparatively with the movement of the southwest monsoon towards the land. So autumn equinox on September 3rd, it is taking place. Autumn equinox, September 3rd. That seems equal days and night, it is starting in September 3rd. After September 3rd, the apparent movement of the sun in the northern hemisphere, it is starting the winter season or the cold temperature. This causes the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon wind. The wind which is caused in the month of June, July, August, September, October, that is moving back. Here you can see the red color lines which is showing, that is the southwest monsoon wind moving from sea to the land. But during the month of October and November, as it is shown in the blue color, that is wind, it is moving back to the sea, from land to the sea. It is due to the reason that in the land area, especially in Indian subcontinent, there will be low pressure as it is experiencing low temperature. And the wind is moving towards sea, from land to the sea. It is shown in blue color. So the retreating monsoon causes rain in coastal regions on the eastern coast, the south of Krishna Delta region. Krishna River. You can see the previous map also. Krishna River. Here, Krishna River, it is mostly getting. Or the Coromandel coast, from this area to the Krishna Delta region. This much area, due to the withdrawal of the southwest monsoon wind, it is getting rainfall. I think you understood. So the withdrawal of southwest monsoon wind take place during the month of October and November as the temperature condition changes in the Indian subcontinent. The high pressure creates in the land area and low pressure creates in the water bodies. Due to that, the wind, it is moving during this month from land to the sea. That is causes the retreating southwest monsoon. The same wind only, which wind it is came the previous month, that the same wind only moving back to sea. That is why it is called the retreating southwest monsoon wind. Here you have to remember the months especially, because the fourth season, that is winter season or the northeast monsoon wind season, that direction also same only, features are also almost the same only the difference, that is the month If the retreating southwest monsoon wind it is causing in the month of October and November, then the winter monsoon or the northeast monsoon wind it is taking place in the month of December, January, February, 3 months. That is only the important difference between retreating southwest monsoon, third season, and the fourth season, the cold season or the northeast monsoon wind, based on the month only. Now we can see the important characteristic features of southwest monsoon wind. First of all, first feature is the migration of sun towards the south. Already we discussed it, then also we will discuss once again. The migration of sun towards south. The retreat of monsoon take place due to the migration of the sun towards the south and withdrawal of the southwest monsoon. This is the first characteristic feature of southwest monsoon wind. It is take place due to the revolution of the earth. We are discussing the characteristic features of the retreating southwest monsoon wind. Second characteristic feature is it causes high pressure on land and low pressure on the sea as due to the apparent movement of the sun. As it no longer shines directly over the Tropic of Cancer, sun cannot shine directly over the Tropic of Cancer. Now the sun it is directly over Tropic of Capricorn in the southern hemisphere. Due to that only, the low pressure weakens with the decreasing temperature and give way to high pressure on the land and low pressure on the surrounding sea. I think you are following. Due to the migration of the sun, high pressure it is developing on the land and low pressure on the sea. That is why high pressure to low pressure wind is moving. And the third characteristic feature of retreating southwest monsoon is it is the period of transition. Means hot rainy season, August, September, hot season, then rainy season, and it is moving towards slowly towards the cold season. We say in generally it is as autumn season. It is a transitional period. Transition it is taking place from rainy season to cold season. Summer rainy in India, we call that is why it is hot rainy season. From hot rainy season to cold dry season it is changing. Or we can see that it is the season of autumn. Mainly in the month of October and November we are experiencing this season. Next characteristic feature of retreating southwest monsoon wind is it is creates the tropical depression also. Low pressure, tropical depression. It is the period of tropical depression or the low pressure system which travels across the country in the west to northwest direction, especially the country's western side. Western side means in the Haryana, Punjab region to the northwestern side. Northwestern side of the country, mainly the tropical area. I mean the states like Haryana, Punjab, part of UP, even our country, our state also getting the rainfall with the tropical depression which is forming in the Bay of Bengal. It is rarely in Arabian Sea it is getting. Wherever the head of Bay of Bengal which is that causes the rainfall in the western and the northwestern part of India. It is called a tropical depression. It is tropical depression only, not the temperate depression during this period. During the month of October and November it is take place. And the next point is the characteristic feature of retreating southwest monsoon wind, that is almost 50 centimeter in a day common rainfall it is getting in areas of 8 degree north to 14 degree north. That means in the southern part of our country. Location that is starting with 8 degree north, 8 degree 4 minutes. The northern end of the country from 8 degree to 14 degree, 50 centimeter rainfall in a day it is common in northern part of our country during the month of October and November. And also the storms in Arabian Sea, they very rarely occur between 12 degree north to 17 degree north in October and November. That is the another feature of the retreating southwest monsoon. The storms in the Arabian Sea, it is occurs. Even if it is rarely only, then also that is also take place. The storms which is on in the part of Arabian Sea also taking place. These are the main characteristic features of retreating southwest monsoon wind. Now, one of the another important point is the October heat, which is take place in the month of October. That is why, as we already discussed, this is the period of transitional period from the hot rainy season to the cold season, cold and dry season. During this season, the Indian weather condition, it is occurs with the clear and cloudless sky, and also high temperature and high humidity can be seen during the October and beginning of November. Even if there are some part of our country it gets less rainfall, 50 centimeter rainfall, this transition period from hot rainy season to the cold season, there will be some sluttery and oppressive weather condition will be there due to this transition. Clear cloudless sky and high temperature and high humidity causes this sluttery oppressive weather. This is called the October heat. That is another feature of this period, especially in the month of October and November. October heat it is called. Now we can see the characteristic features of southwest monsoon wind. Till now we were discussing the characteristic features of retreating southwest monsoon wind, retreating or reversal which is taking place southwest monsoon wind. Now the main characteristic features of southwest monsoon wind. Already we studied most of these points. Then also once again for further clarification we can discuss it. First point is the southwest monsoon wind is not uniform. In the sense, earlier also we have seen that the duration and the amount of rainfall varies from 2 to 4 months. In different part of our country, different level of rainfall it is getting due to the southwest monsoon wind. That means it is not uniform. First point. You can write in exam also. Second point, it is erratic in nature. Southwest monsoon wind is erratic in nature. Very commonly we know that it causes floods in different part of our country due to the heavy rain. Most of our plain regions and southern part, the Western Ghats area, western side of Western Ghat it is, and the northern mountain regions are also getting rainfall, more than 200 centimeter rainfall getting. But at the same time, severe drought condition also it is getting due to the scanty rainfall, especially in Thar Desert region and the central Deccan Plateau region and the central part of our country. It is getting less or scanty rainfall also. That is what it is called. It is in a erratic nature. Wherever there is in our part or different part of our country, it is causes the heavy rainfall, at the same time scanty rainfall also. It causes flood and also the drought condition. So that it is called the second point of southwest monsoon wind. The wind, its characteristic feature is erratic in nature. Erratic in nature. First one, not uniform. There you have to remember its duration and amount. And second point, erratic in nature. There you have to remember it is causes flood and drought. Third point, already we described, it is orographic in nature. Orography. Orography meaning itself, it is mountain related. Mountain related. Orography in nature. So based on the climatic condition, it is moves. Then also when the mountain influences like the Western Ghat in the south and Vindhya Satpura mountain ranges, then there is no effect of Aravalli mountain ranges. Then there is the vast Himalayan mountain ranges, Himadri, Middle Himalaya and the Purvanchal mountain ranges, and the Assam hills, Assam mountains, Haro, Hasi and Naintia mountain ranges, it is influencing. Based on the mountains, it can changes its direction or influencing. That is why it is called the orographic in nature. The southwest monsoon wind characteristic, it is the orographic in nature. It is the third point. Then fourth point, it is dependence of agriculture and economy. It is widely depending on the arrival of the monsoon wind, southwest monsoon wind. It is so affecting in Indian agriculture and economy. Total scenario, beginning itself we were discussing the same. Total scenario of our Indian agriculture, it is changing. Everywhere it become greenery and it is influencing the crop production and the economy develops. So that you can write the fourth point, that is the dependence of agriculture and economy. And one more point, that is the last point, tropical depression. Tropical depression. Due to the local variation of the heat and moisture during the month of October and November, or before that itself, as we described, nor'wester, Loo and mango showers, like that only tropical depressions which are originating at the head of the Bay of Bengal, that can also bring some part of our country rainfall. That is also taking place with the southwest monsoon wind. That is also another feature. And in exam you can write one more another important characteristic feature of southwest monsoon wind, that is the seasonal reversal. Beginning of this session we discussed that one. It take place, the southwest monsoon wind take place as a seasonal reversal due to the changes in the heating of the land and the water bodies. It is taking place based on the season, based on the different months, whenever it changes the temperature condition of the land and the water, it is taking place. It take place the reversal. That is what you can write the seasonal reversal also. Okay. Then moving to the last season in India, that is the cold season or the northeast monsoon season. Northeast monsoon season or the cold season. Remember, it takes place in December to February. Retreating southwest monsoon wind, previous one, third season, that is in the month of October and November. But last season, it is northeast monsoon wind or the cold season take place in the month of December to February. Remember, these months, December onwards, end of November onwards, December, January, February, it is the cold season in our country. That is why there can be clear sky, pleasant weather, low temperature and humidity, high range of temperature, and slow northern winds are the chief characteristics of this season. The winter season in our country. That is why. Here you have to remember that the temperature condition, it is totally differs from the month of March, April, May. Temperature condition. Low temperature only during this month, December to February. That is why low temperature means it creates high pressure. We can remember that during this time, the temperature condition, the mean temperature, it is reaching almost 2.5 degrees Celsius to 17.5 degrees Celsius. In January, the coldest month, when the temperature in our country varies with 2.5 degrees Celsius to 17.5 degrees Celsius. And if you take some of the particular area, like in the Himalayan ranges or Jammu and Kashmir, Dras and Kargil area, it is reaching minus 45 degrees Celsius. And also we can see in Himalayan mountain ranges there is snowfall also. So it is the season in India where there is less temperature. It occupies. Main part of our country, in the North Indian plains, it is the temperature varies between 2.5 degrees Celsius to 17.5 degrees Celsius. Even it is minus 45 degrees Celsius in Himalayan ranges it is reaching. And snowfall, it is taking place in Himalayan mountain ranges and the other part of hill stations of our India. South, if we are taking, temperature, it is above 25 degrees Celsius as it is in the part of equatorial region or the tropical region. And the temperature condition we see, the pressure condition also we have to discuss. That is the pressure condition. The high pressure take place in land area and the low pressure in the sea. That creates the movement of wind from, as we have seen in the retreating southwest monsoon, wind moves from land to the sea. This movement of wind from land to the sea, that is called the northeast monsoon wind. Here you can see that wind moving from northeast to the southwest. That is why this wind is called a northeast monsoon wind in the month of December, January and February. Northeast monsoon wind. This wind also it is touching in the Coromandel coast. Coromandel coast. This direction of movement of wind, mostly it is getting the rainfall in Coromandel coast, that is in the part of eastern side of Tamil Nadu. Chennai experiences winter monsoon due to this northeast monsoon wind or the cold monsoon wind. Okay. Now, moving to the annual rainfall. Annual distribution of rainfall in India. That is also very important. What are the factors which determine the distribution of rainfall in our country? There are 3 points are there. Mainly the direction of the wind. Moisturized wind, which is moving towards which direction of our country, that determines the distribution of the rainfall in our country. First point. For example, southwest monsoon moving towards southwest to northeastern side, that is why this area it is getting rainfall. Second point, the relief feature or the orographic nature, mountain effect. Where there is the hindrance of mountain, there it is getting one side of the mountain, windward side it is getting the rainfall, other side it is not getting the rainfall. We are discussing the factors which determines the distribution of rainfall. And third factor which is determining the rainfall, that is the cyclonic depression, low pressure depression, where the cyclones are taking place. 2 cyclones are there, temperate cyclone and a tropical cyclone. Temperate cyclones it is causing in India, that is also known as western disturbances. Western disturbances, temperate cyclone. And the other one is the tropical cyclone, that is causing from the head of the Bay of Bengal. These 2 cyclones are influencing the rainfall in India. Main rainfall regions of India we can see. This we can divide it based on north of Tropic of Cancer and south of Tropic of Cancer. That means in the middle of India there will be rainfall in different regions we can see, and in the south of Tropic of Cancer and in the southern part of country there will be different level of rainfall it is getting. See, first of all, it can be divided. Rainfall more than 200 centimeter rainfall getting areas in India we have to find out. 200 centimeter rainfall. North of Tropic of Cancer, there we can see it is southern slope of eastern Himalayas, Kharo, Khasi, Jainit and Assam Hills, commonly known as Assam Hill. This area it is getting more than 200 centimeter rainfall in northern part of India. But in south we are taking, south of Tropic of Cancer we are taking means, that is western slope of Western Ghat, windward side of the Western Ghat, that is, and the Malabar coastal region and the Konkan coastal region it is getting the rainfall. Kerala, Maharashtra, Goa and Karnataka it is getting more than 200 centimeter rainfall. So the rainfall regions of India, first division it is areas over 200 centimeter rainfall, areas with over 200 centimeter of rainfall, north of Tropic of Cancer and south of Tropic of Cancer it is divides. Again, secondly, areas with 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall, that is also in the north and south. In the northern area, middle Ganga Valley, it is 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall it is getting. States like Bihar, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh it is getting between 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall. That that it is called it is a average rainfall getting areas of India in the north. States like Bihar, West Bengal and Madhya Pradesh. But in south, 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall getting areas are northern part of Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, southern part of Tamil Nadu, part of Western Ghats and Eastern Maharashtra it is getting. Main state of Madhya Pradesh and Orissa it is getting 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall in south. And third division of rainfall distribution, that is 50 to 100 centimeter rainfall getting areas in India based on north and south. In north it is upper Ganga Valley and eastern Rajasthan, states like Punjab, Haryana and Kashmir. And in south there is southern Deccan areas and the states like Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Tamil Nadu region it is getting 50 to 100 centimeter rainfall. And last division of rainfall distribution, that is areas with less than 50 centimeter rainfall. In north it is western Rajasthan, there it is getting less than 50 centimeter rainfall, even sometimes less than 25 centimeter in the Thar Desert region in the north, and in the south less than 50 centimeter rainfall areas like region of Deccan in the rain shadow of Western Ghat, it is getting less than 50 centimeter rainfall. So based on this we can find out the different areas wherever there is less rainfall getting areas of India and average rainfall getting areas of India. At the same time, heavy rainfall getting areas of regions of India. You can see this map, there is wherever it is dark blue colors are there, that it shows the heavy rainfall areas as shows in the map. Western side of Western Ghat, this area dark color heavy rainfall, that is more than 200 centimeter rainfall. At the same time, Himalayan regions, some of the Himalayan foothill areas and the Assam hill areas and the eastern northeastern states, eastern hills, they are also heavy rainfall regions, more than 200 centimeter rainfall, shown with the dark blue color. And the average rainfall, that means 100 to 200 centimeter rainfall areas are shown in the map with the less dark blue color, that is the part of adjacent areas of the Western Ghats and the surrounding areas of the middle Ganga Valley, and also Madhya Pradesh region, Madhya Pradesh and Orissa region it is shown. Less rainfall region or scanty rainfall regions are shown with the very light color in the map that we can see. It can be observed Rajasthan region, Western Rajasthan, especially Thar Desert region. At the same time, in the south, there is in the rain shadow of Deccan region, there it is with the light blue color it is shown. With the map also it is very clear. So these are the main annual distribution rainfall areas of India. I think it is also clear. So we are concluding this chapter with this topic. We have described all the main points here, and you have to remember that the main 4 seasons of India, based on the months and the temperature condition, pressure condition, and the direction of the wind which is moving, based on that different characteristic features of different seasons we have to remember. I think it is clear, and at the same time itself you can revise the question answers which are given in the textbook also, if the textbook is available then. And students, please write the short notes also during these days if it is possible, then it will be easy later also. You can refer the different books related with these topics which we are covered, and you have to write in your copy the important short notes which you have to remember easily. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you.